Okay, so for this video, I would like to create a detailed discussion about the guidelines for IT 321 Capstone Project and Research 1 documentation. So if you have visited our page, if not, please visit. I have already posted there the copy of this file, the format for your IT 321 Capstone Project and Research 1 final documentation. Okay, so you will see there the following contents. First one is the sequence of contents. So the following sequence of contents must be observed on your final documentation. So your final documentation should have the following. First, you should have your title page, and then your approval sheet, the abstract, the dedication, the acknowledgement, table of contents, list of tables, list of figures, and then your contents na dayon per chapter. We have chapter 1, the introduction, which composed of the following, kani sila 1.1 taman 1.6. And then chapter 2, we have the review of related literature for na ay two components, si 2.1 at si 2.2. And then we'll end at chapter 3, which contains 3.1 to 3.5 documents. Okay, and then the last page of your documentation should be the references. As you can see po guys, kani inyong makita din nga sequence, obviously mo po ni makita sa atong table of contents. Okay, so right now I'm still gathering some samples from your institution regarding this one, especially the kaning abstract, dedication, acknowledgement, table of contents. Actually, ako, personally, I already have samples, pero I'm still verifying it to become kanang same bitag format gyud sa inyo ang kuan sa institution sa USTP, since my samples is from different school. So basically dili gyud the same ang kanang format or ang requirement. So I'm still on the process of editing it, and as I would also ask the program chair, maybe he could provide some samples of this one so that you can see. Okay, ang importante karon kablo na mo sa kung unsay content, so before the deadline, which is May 27, maka-prepare na gid mo. Okay, so now let's move on. Muna sila ang una. Second is ang format. Okay, so a lot have asked me, ma'am, unsay format among gamiton, unsay font size, unsay spacing, ma'am, unsay margining. So mo ni siya. Okay, we're going to use the A4 as the paper size, A4 nga size of a paper, or the 8.27 inches by 11.69. And for the font size, all sizes should be uniform except for the title page. You're going to have 12 point size sa font. Okay, and then for the font style, let's limit it to katong mga simple lang nga fonts. Okay, ako yung specify dili, let's use the Times New Roman na lang. Okay, para dili ta mag lahi-lahi. Although you can use other fonts, basta kay katong fonts lang pod nga kanang dili pa tong cursive. Okay, so for uniformity purposes, parahan ay tag-output tanan, we're going to use Times New Roman. Okay, and you should be consistent. If Times New Roman all throughout. Okay, no other fonts. And the next is the page margin. So here is the margin, you follow this one. And for the spacing, it should be double spacing. So how are we gonna do the double spacing? Akong sample. For those nga maglisod kung saan ang double spacing, ma'am. So basically, inani man imong Word, di ba, pag open nimo, you just go to kaning diri nga part. Ang imong makita diri, usually na siya diri sa normal. Okay? So to avoid any problems sa spacing sa further sa imong documents, choose this one, the no spacing. Okay? After nimo ma-choose ang no spacing, you go to this one, kaning line and paragraph spacing, and then you choose 2.0. Okay? So in that way, double spacing na ka. So if mag-type ka like this, okay, so para lang makita, ang spacing niya is naka-double na siya. Okay, or 2 inches na ang inches ba? or point ang yang spacing. Okay? So that's how you're gonna do your double spacing. Okay? So let's go back. Mo to siya ang sa format. Okay? I hope I made that clear and wala na yung magsigi og pangutana ha. Please, if makalimot mo ani nga video, just go back to your handout nga akong gisend, okay? Number 3 is the ruling for page number. So page number should be at the upper right hand margin 1.25 inches below the top page, okay? So in short, your margining should be on the upper right, okay? Usually if you see some books naman sa ubos, ang sa inyo ang required is nasa upper right, okay? Tapos kani guys, I would like you to take note on this one. Preliminary pages are numbered consecutively in lowercase Arabic numerals. What are these preliminary pages? Preliminary pages are this one. Kani si title page, kani siya si title page, si approval sheet, si abstract, si dedication, si acknowledgement, si table of contents, si list of tables ug si list of figures. Okay? Mo ni sila atong preliminary pages. Now, as per the guideline, it has been said that the preliminary pages are numbered consecutively in lowercase Arabic numerals, meaning katong I for 1, double I for 2, then triple I for 3, like that. Tapos the first page to be numbered is the abstract page, which is marked as 3. Okay? So, kana siyang i-take note ha. Si title page, mo ni siya considered nga page 1. But then, the title page is unmarked. Dili makita ang paging niya dito. Okay? Pero, pag imong i-check ang table of contents, si title page, ang iyaang page is 1. Okay? Agwan nga katong lowercase I. Okay? So, next, si approval sheet, that is your second page or the number 2 of the paging. But again, that page would be remained unmarked. Okay? Unmarked gihapon siya class, meaning dili makita yung page dito. But then, pag i-view nato si table of contents, makita dito nga siya ang page 2. The numbering of your page would start on, would start on the abstract page. Okay? So, diri na ni abstract magsugod. So, the page niya is 3 or agtulo ka I. And then, so on and so forth na dayon. So, this is, si dedication is 4, si acknowledgement 5, si table of contents 6, si list of tables 7, si list of figures 8. Okay? Ano na siya. So, the title page is counted as page 1, approval sheet as page 2, but then unmarked. Muna to akong gidiscuss gani ha. Okay? And then, the first page of each chapter is counted but unmarked. I would also like you to take note on this. About the chapters. Hindi na ko siya ma-highlight. Okay, here. About the chapters, most of the documents, as I've checked, inyo rang gisumpay tanan. So, like for example, sa mga itong content, murag, for your first chapter 1, for example, nag-end ka ni scope and limitation of the study. Under sa scope and limitation of the study, igura ka ni enter dito, nagsulat na kag chapter 2, which is the review of related literatures. That is not how you are going to do your documentation good for this capstone research. Ang proper way to do that class is every next chapter, every new chapter, new page na siya class. Okay? So, let's say for example, pag end sa imong chapter 1, wala nimo nahurot ang isa ka page, then leave it. Just leave it there. Go to the next page, and then that's where you're going to start your chapter 2. Okay? And always remember that the first page of your chapter, say for example si chapter 1, dili ma-mark dito ang paging niya. Dili makita. Okay? So, let's say for example, if si chapter 1 mo'y page 1, meaning page 1 siya, katong dili na Arabic numeral ha, katong ng number yun, siya mo'y page 1, it will not reflect there sa ubos nga na ay 1, na ay page 1. I mean, sa taas man yung paging, na ay 1. But then, when you flip to the next page, automatic ang paging is nag 2 na siya. Okay? So, let's say for example, for chapter 2, si chapter 2, nasa imong page 3. So si page, ang 3 nga page number dili makita sa top. But when you flip to the next page ni chapter 2, automatic 4 na siya. Okay, mo na pasabot nga that every first page of each chapter is counted pero not marked. But then always remember that those unmarked pages is counted man, diba? So it should be reflected on your table of contents. Okay? Then, the guidelines for the title page, I believe that you wouldn't have any problem with this one, no? Ako lang ipakita diri para ma-appeal lang siya in case na pag maglisod. But the program head or the program chair had already provided some samples man for the title page. So I believe nga it would be na easy for you. Just review this one, okay? And then next is the approval sheet. Just review that again because we already provided you the approval sheet. Just make sure you provide the approval sheet for the capstone, the concept paper, and the approval sheet for the what do you call that one? The proposal, okay? It should be signed for it to be considered approved, okay? You're gonna be attaching that one as well. That's why you get your copy. Next is for the abstract. So please take note on this one, no? I believe you have not you have not prepared this this page. So the heading of the page is abstract in uppercase and bold attributes centered with punctuation. So nasa sa to nga ang title abstract. Anyway, I will try my best to provide a sample for this one so that you will have an idea. Then the body of the abstract is printed in double or 1 and 1/2 spaces, begins on the 4th line below the heading. So I think this will be the line that I would like you to take note on. Kani siya dire, kani dire nga part. So kindly read this one and understand. Thank you. Sabtanin niyo ang instruction, okay? And then don't worry because I will really try my best to provide a sample for this one. Next is you have this one for your dedication. There is also a kanang guide o kung saan ninyo. Anyways, dili mo kani siya mga lisod yun kayo nga part. So I know you can easily make this one. And then also for the acknowledgement, nagyapon dira, just read the content. Next is I would like to highlight this one, your table of contents, okay? So for the documents nga inyong gipas ay wala pa ko yung nadawat nga nagpasag table of contents, dili na siya matawag nga table of contents kung walay paging. Nagi na siya paging, okay? The purpose of table of contents so that we could locate easily. Let's say for example, gusto lang kumulantaw asan yung system design, okay? So I would just go to the table of contents and check nari siya sa page 24. So mas dali ra siya. Okay? So please provide the correct table of contents. Again, I will try my best to provide a sample for this one. Nag-collect pa lang ko mga pwede na ko ihatag. Okay? Tapos make sure you have the paging every pages. You refer to the guide nga katong sa page numbers. And then guidelines for the list of table and list of figures. Okay, so this is important. Di ba daghantang gipang butang nga diagram, daghantang gipang butang nga mga tables dito sa atong document. Each table or each diagram should have caption. Dapat na siya caption, okay? So it would start from table 1. Let's say for example, ang imong table 1 is your Gantt chart baka table 2 is the specification and requirements, mga ingon ana. Kay katong each table nimo didto muna siya imong ibutang diri. So the list of table and the list of figures is like a table of contents ra gyapon siya, but it's more specifically on the list of tables o figures nga naa sa imuang sa imuang document. So let's say for example, mingon ang panel nga I want to view the asa ang kanang aning bataa kanang ERD niya. So your ERD figure can be found on the list of figures dito. So makabutang dito your ERD of the system is found on page 52. So nade siya sa page 52. So sayon ra niya pag-view, okay? So please take note on the captions and then your paging. And then nakabutang po diri ang nakabutang diri ang guide, no? Just read through it lang. it's kuan man pod ka ng simplified, simple English and all. Masabtan gyud siya dali. Last part is the printing and binding. So this will be the final document kanyang i-submit for unyang finals, okay? So all print should be letter quality with dark black characters that are consistently clear and dense, okay? And then the manuscript, of course, dili pa ta mag hardbound kay dili pa man siya kuan kanang final, gyud ni final. Na pa man tay capstone 2. Muna akong butan diri, it should be bound using a sliding folder. The same lang, sliding folder nga white. Pero please lang, I would like to emphasize, ayaw ko pasayag sliding folder nga mura nagikumot-kumot og ayo ha, katong kumot kaayo and lago pag yun. As much as possible you pass kanang bahalag dili gid siya brand new pero kanang presentable ra pud ba, limpyo, dili kumot, dili murag kinumot, ha? Because it will reflect your personality as well. So kung magpasa kag lago nga project, laguon kang tawo, ha? Tapos please be consistent ha of the size. The size that is required is A4. So katong mga nakalusot nga violet ang color, nakalusot nga long, ato na to siyang utrohon na. Let's stick to color white and then the size is A4. And then if dili gyapon ka mo follow ana, then we will not accept your document. Ana lang ka simple, ha? So I hope this brief guide sa contents for the format sa inyo ang capstone research would be helpful and would be of help sa inyo ang especially nga dili ko inana ka-timely mo reply sa inyong mga queries. So, thank you and please be guided accordingly.